You are ready. And then the moment arrives. A real conversation, a real person, real English right now. And something happens. Your heart starts beating faster. Your mind goes blank. The words, all the words you practiced, disappear completely. And what comes out, if anything comes out at all, is a fraction of what you're capable of. And you walk away thinking, why? Why, after everything I have learned, why does this still happen? I'm going to tell you exactly why, right now. And then I'm going to give you 3 specific techniques that make it stop. Not reduce it, not manage it, stop it. Welcome back to Everyday English with Ember, Day 9 of the 10-Day English Speaking Challenge, the Fear Elimination Protocol, how to speak in real situations without freezing. 3 specific techniques that prevent the freeze, recover from the freeze, and keep your English moving even under pressure. Because fluency is not just about knowing English, it is about staying calm long enough to use the English you already know. And by the end of this video, real conversations will stop feeling dangerous. Now, let us eliminate the fear permanently. So, why the freeze happens? Before I give you the techniques, I want to explain exactly what is happening when you freeze, because understanding it removes most of the power it has over you. When you are about to speak English in a real situation, your brain perceives a threat, not a physical threat, but a social one. The threat of judgment, the threat of embarrassment, the threat of making a mistake in front of someone and being seen as less capable than you are. And your brain, which cannot distinguish between a physical threat and a social one, responds the same way it would to a lion. The amygdala fires. Adrenaline floods your system. Your working memory, the part of your brain that holds the words and grammar and phrases you need, temporarily shuts down. This is called the amygdala hijack, and it happens in milliseconds before you can think, before you can stop it. And here is the cruel irony. The more you know, the more you have practiced, the more you care about doing it well, the harder the freeze hits. Because the higher the stakes feel, the stronger the amygdala response. But here's the most important thing I want you to know about the amygdala hijack. It is not permanent. It lasts between 90 seconds and 3 minutes in most people. Which means if you can get through the first 90 seconds of any English-speaking situation, the fear passes, the words come back, and you can speak. The 3 techniques I'm about to give you, all 3 of them are designed to do one thing: get you through those first 90 seconds. The first technique is called pre-speaking activation, and the principle behind it is simple. Your English-speaking brain, like any physical skill, performs better when it is already warm. Think about a singer before a concert. They do not walk straight onto the stage from silence. They warm up. Scales, exercises, small sounds that wake up the voice before the performance. Your English-speaking brain needs the same thing. Pre-speaking activation means before any real English-speaking situation, you speak English out loud for at least 30 seconds. Anything. To yourself, in private, before you walk through the door. In the car before a meeting, speak English for 30 seconds about what you can see outside. In the bathroom before a conversation, say 3 sentences out loud in English about anything. In the lift before the office, whisper English to yourself, your thoughts, your plans, anything. What this does, neurologically, is activate the language production pathway before you need it under pressure. So when the real moment arrives, the pathway is already open, already warm, already running. And the freeze, which happens when the pathway is cold and suddenly shocked into activation, has nowhere to take hold. Pre-speaking activation. 30 seconds every time, before every real English-speaking situation. That is technique 1. Technique 2. The permission phrase. The second technique addresses the root cause of the freeze directly. The freeze happens because of perfectionism, not because you do not know enough, but because some part of you believes that if you make a mistake, if you say something incorrectly, if your English is less than perfect, something bad will happen. And that belief, held subconsciously, is what triggers the amygdala response. The permission phrase is a sentence you say internally, silently, immediately before you speak. One sentence that deactivates perfectionism, that gives your brain explicit permission to be imperfect. And the sentence is this: my English does not have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Say it right now, silently, to yourself. My English does not have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Feel what that does. The pressure drops. The expectation loosens. The part of your brain that was bracing for judgment relaxes slightly. That relaxation, even partial, is enough to keep the pathway open, enough to let the words come through. Other permission phrases that work: I am allowed to make mistakes. That is how I grow. The goal is connection, not perfection. I have something valuable to say. That is enough. Imperfect English that communicates is better than perfect English that never comes out. Choose the one that resonates most with you. Say it before every real English-speaking situation, every single time. That is technique 2. Technique 3, the recovery sentence. The third technique is for the moment when the freeze happens anyway, because sometimes, despite pre-speaking activation and the permission phrase, the freeze still comes, mid-sentence, mid-thought. And in that moment, most English learners do one of two things. They go completely silent, and the silence becomes its own embarrassment that makes everything worse, or they abandon the sentence completely, leaving it unfinished, which signals to both them and the listener that something went wrong. Both responses amplify the freeze rather than recovering from it. The recovery sentence is a natural English phrase said out loud in the moment of freezing that does three things simultaneously. It buys time, it sounds completely natural, and it redirects the brain back to language production. Here are the recovery sentences. Let me rephrase that. What I am trying to say is... Actually, let me think about that for a second. Sorry, I want to make sure I say this clearly. Let me start that again. These are not signs of weakness. Every native English speaker uses them. Every fluent speaker uses them. They are signs of care, of someone who wants to communicate clearly and is taking the time to do so. And here's what they actually do in the brain. When you say, let me rephrase that, your amygdala receives a signal that the threat has been managed, that you are in control, that there's no emergency. And in that brief moment of control, the working memory reactivates. The words come back. And you continue. Not perfectly, but fluently. And that is everything. Now we practice all three, right now. Technique 1, pre-speaking activation. Right now, before we do anything else, speak English out loud for 30 seconds about what you can see around you right now. Your room, your desk, the weather outside, anything. Pause the video now. In 30 seconds, out loud. Your English speaking brain is now warm. That is pre-speaking activation working in real time. Technique 2, permission phrase. Say this out loud right now, not silently, out loud. My English does not have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Say it again, and this time, mean it. My English does not have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Feel that loosening, that permission. That is what your brain needs before every real speaking situation. Technique 3, recovery sentence. I am going to ask you a question right now, a difficult one, and I want you to start answering and then deliberately freeze and then use a recovery sentence to continue. Ready? What do you think is the most important quality a person can have and why? Start answering, freeze deliberately after one sentence, then say, let me rephrase that, and continue. Pause the video now. Practice this out loud in 60 seconds. Did you feel the recovery sentence bring the words back? That is not a trick. That is neuroscience. The act of saying, let me rephrase that, reactivates language production. Practice it until it is the most automatic phrase in your English vocabulary. Here is what your complete system looks like now. 9 days, 9 layers. Output habit, shadowing, chunks, formula, fillers, conversation simulator, pronunciation, conversation blueprint, fear elimination. And tomorrow, day 10, we put everything together into one complete, sustainable daily system. The system that takes everything you have built and makes it something you can maintain for the rest of your life. Not a challenge that ends, a practice that continues. Because fluency is not a destination. It is a daily decision. And you, for 9 days, have been making that decision. Tomorrow, we make sure you keep making it. Forever. Day 9. Done. What we learned. The freeze happens because the amygdala perceives speaking as a social threat and temporarily shuts down working memory. It lasts 90 seconds, and 3 specific techniques get you through it before it starts, in the moment, and during recovery. The 3 techniques: pre-speaking activation, 30 seconds of English out loud before every real speaking situation; permission phrase, my English does not have to be perfect, it just has to be real; recovery sentence, let me rephrase that. What I am trying to say is, your homework. 1. Use pre-speaking activation before every English speaking situation today. Every single one. 2. Write your personal permission phrase on a piece of paper. Keep it somewhere you will see it every day. 3. Practice the recovery sentence 10 times out loud today until it is completely automatic. 4. Go back to your day 5 role-play scenarios. Do them again, but this time deliberately freeze and use the recovery sentence to continue. 5. Tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced the freeze in an English conversation? What happened? And which technique today feels most powerful for you? Your free PDF. The Day 9 PDF guide is in the description. The complete fear elimination protocol, all permission phrases, all recovery sentences, the pre-speaking activation drill, and your homework checklist. Download it now. Tomorrow, day 10, the final day, your complete speaking system. How to take everything from days 1 to 9 and build a 20-minute daily practice that keeps improving your English every single day for the rest of your life. 9 days of building. Tomorrow, we make it last forever. See you then. Bye for now.